tech support, can you help me? All right.
I need help from science.
Actually, it might be back up again. Is it back up? It says it's back up now.
Doesn't look like it.
It's
Maybe I need to reload it.
live unstable. I think we're back. It says. I don't know. It says we're back.
Let me.
Okay, it does appear to be, at least on my end. Yeah. I don't know why everything is so messed up. We are trying to play this game and trying to have a conversation, and shit is just going all kinds of sideways.
We're trying.
We trying. The game crashed. The stream had a stroke. And now I'm just kind of like trying. Right. Okay, it's
back up.
It is back up. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna apologize on behalf of technology. Okay. Okay, horror movies. I want to talk about John Saxon's hairline. That's what I want to talk about.
Have you seen Slumber Party Massacre?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good movie. Yes.
Yes, it's also a very interesting movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched that on the recommendation of the dread goddess Anita Sarkeesian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. It was an interesting, like when I was listening to Feminist Frequency a few years back, and if you want to jump in and give that big robot a bear hug, I'm ready. So they mentioned it, and kind of that made me curious. You see, and me and Jess watched it and had a really good time watching it.
It's directed by a woman. Written by a woman.
Yes.
Written by mystery writer Rita Mae Brown.
Okay.
She's most famous for giving her cat a co-writer credit on her books.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a very prolific mystery writer. But have you seen the second one?
Yes.
Yes. That movie's crazy.
The second one is not as good as the first one, but you might as well just watch it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right, I'm gonna try to save you.
Yeah, somebody's taking all my HPs, taking all my green. It's this gunslinger.
And I watched the remake. They made they did a remake that I think was
we did too.
Oh,
but I don't remember it.
It was kind of like a stealth anthology, kind of.
Yeah.
Because it was basically like 3 half-hour stories in a way, or that's kind of how I read it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Because it kept switching, like kind of what the story was, and
all my blue. What the fuck?
They should have. He should have said "chill out." I'm just saying he should have said "chill out."
Yeah.
I recommend that one as its own thing, and it's basically it's more, I guess, tongue in cheek, and like there's Easter eggs in the remake, like the guitar from the second one shows up in
that's right,
in the remake, and there's, for anybody who's not seen any of these three movies, the first one was written by a lesbian, so
Yeah.
There are interesting kind of like sexual things, but it's not really for the. I would say it's not for the male gaze. Like
It's different. It's got a different vibe.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, like you can feel it.
Yeah, and there's like the handy woman character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. I can't remember if she makes it or not.
I don't remember.
I can't remember if she's one of the victims, but anyway, there's that kind of thing happens in the remake, but it's like a dude in a shower at camp, and it is like so overly sexualized. It's a dude being sexualized from the male gaze, and it's interesting because it's like they do a gender swap skeezy 1980s shower scene, and I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
What, I got webbed in midair? Fuck you.
So I thought that was an interesting thing, and so it kind of turns out to be a joke, but it's also like a callback, and yeah. And there's some I guess some interesting things about like who, like the remake, like who is the villain, like that. Yeah, you had a psychopath trying to kill women, but also thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. We are desperately trying to keep the broadcast up and talk about movies, which I feel like this is a conversation on hard mode.
Technology is not cooperating.
Yes. Oh, you apparently just walked right past me.
Oh. Yeah, I just ran on ahead.
Okay. You just walked right past me. I didn't see. Okay.
Go punch this behemoth in the face.
Go punch the demon. To hell with the devil. But like they kind of do a little bit of like a Jason Voorhees' mom kind of thing. In the remake. And I thought that was interesting. I felt like they were trying to say, like, some of this behavior was learned.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But first one, much better.
That's another one where the killer is just kind of doing it for no specific reason. Like, I mean, the reason is because they're women, but that's like the only reason.
That he has a hate boner for women.
Yes.
Kind of, almost. I'm going to say literally, even though it's not actually literal, but it's as figurative as it can get to have like a literal dildo kill the dildo killer.
Extremely unsubtle.
Yes.
Which is what they're going for.
Yes. Like,
Not going for subtlety.
Yes, I appreciate that. Like, I feel like that. Haven't seen the Echo trailer. I am so far not caught up on Marvel. Like, I'm behind on my Marvel mandatory reading.
I mean, same here.
Yes. But I would say that one thing that I did watch that is a horror movie was Werewolf by Night, which was a good one.
Which I still need to watch.
Yes, it's short and sweet. I think they're trying to do a transition to the spooky Avengers, which I hope they do it. I would like to see Blade. because some
Blade is
motherfucker
coming.
is always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
Oh god. I did not realize that movie like saved Marvel.
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really kind of where all the comic book movies really get started. I mean, I'll maintain that.
um
I'll go to bat for that one.
I'm trying to think if it's not that I disagree, I'm trying to think how fully I agree.
I think it's fair.
Cuz yeah, it's cuz there is the soup of like the Crow and the Matrix and because
Oh yeah, they're basically superhero movies.
and I didn't think of the Matrix being a superhero movie until somebody like kind of pointed it out.
Yeah, very much is. Oh, I just ran
Yeah.
in a circle.
We totally went in a circle. Yeah.
Fine, let's go over here. But yeah, just within the context of like Marvel movies, like I maintain that Blade is what set things in motion.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, honestly, I feel like that it's very similar to like Marvel didn't have their heavy hitters, so they had to make the Avengers so they did the Avengers, which no one knew anything about really in mainstream like consciousness other than like I think Captain America and Iron Man and Thor are comic book characters. I know somebody that reads them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, characters that people know of.
Yes, but don't know anything about. All right, I'm going to keep messing with the Circle of Thorns. There we go. Also, it's really close, so I hope you won't get thwipped. Yeah. Because they basically had Spider-Man and X-Men out of the equation, so they had to use all of the C team, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy like F tier characters.
Yeah.
Which are now like A plus characters, like A tier characters because James Gunn can really do movies.
I mean, the whole making an Iron Man movie was just, I mean, that was exactly what it was. Like, who do we have?
Yeah.
Iron Man. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about him.
It is my understanding that Tom Cruise really wanted to play him.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
I want a glimpse of the universe where we got Tom Cruise playing Iron Man.
I mean, I'm sure it would have been serviceable.
Good afternoon. I don't know. That Mummy movie was really bad.
I didn't even see it.
Oh dear. The dark universe, that got aborted.
Oh, which is probably one of my all-time favorite like movie moments. Is they made a Twitter account for the Dark Universe and then announced it with like this cast picture that was obviously a composite of all the actors, not one shot. And then it was the only tweet that account ever made.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
To this day. One post announcing the Dark Universe that never happened. It's like a fly caught in amber. It's perfect forever.
Like the thing that gets me is like I know that Marvel had a plan, or at least they had ambitions of making the cinematic universe or whatever, but it's not like they knew it was going to happen,
right?
But like
they struck some gold and they followed it.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, played it like the comic books did in the 60s.
Yeah.
But like DC,
Whenever, you know,
DC, no bueno.
their desperation to start their own cinematic universe just from jump.
Yeah. I mean, and you would think they would be able to do it because they only have like the two most famous and recognized comic book properties ever.
You would think,
You would think.
and yet no.
Turns out nobody really cares for frowny face put upon Superman.
Emo Superman.
Oh no, it's not. God, it's not even emo. It's a bit fashy.
A bit.
A bit put upon savior.
You know that the S stands for hope.
Oh fuck you. Oh god, that. I totally didn't see where you were going with that, and it just hit. Oh god. Your joke stunned me in the video game.
Psychic damage.
Oh god. Oh, there's a body bag over here. I have to dig in it. Okay.
Not to get on a Snyder tangent, but I do need to watch his Rebel Moon.
Oh.
Because I hear it is not good.
Okay.
And that interests me a lot to watch things that are not good.
I
But
meant
ambitiously not good.
I meant to watch it over the Christmas holiday, and I wanted to watch it with Jess. And like I made a joke to her that's Zack Snyder's Star Wars, and I didn't realize, or at least I heard that was actually a failed pitch that he made to do a Star Wars movie,
I believe that 100%.
and that it's recycled.
Mm.
Okay, and that makes me curious.
Yeah, that just makes me more interested.
Yeah.
I need to see Zack Snyder's Star Wars fan fiction.
I need that in my life.
A shit ton of money for it. I really do.
Oh god. Oh god. And I feel like we are consistent with our discussion of horror movies. I feel like we're being consistent.
Very.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set the mission. I actually heard, I listened to Movie Bob's review of it, and he said it was boring.
Oh no, it's the worst thing it could be.
Yes. Yeah. He said it was boring, which that makes me. That's actually probably what has kept me from watching it.
It's worst case scenario.
Yes, boring. Like I will disagree with the premise of your movie. I will hate the politics behind your movie, but at least entertain me. Don't bore me.
Give me something.
Fireproof is entertaining.
Terrible, entertaining.
Yes. All right.
We went down again. I'm digressing a little bit.
That's fine.
We went down a bit of the Hallmark holiday movie rabbit hole.
Okay.
And oh man, are those some entertainingly terrible movies?
Oh. Any notable stinkers?
Just pick one. They're fundamentally all the same.
Okay.
There's always some professional woman who is dedicated to her job and doesn't have time for womanly things, let's say. And,
like catching a man?
yes. Having a baby or whatever.
Okay.
But she always ends up getting suckered back to her hometown.
Okay.
Under some pretext. And then meets some hunky guy who never left.
Okay. All right.
Who convinces her to abandon her old life in New York City or blank city.
Okay.
And come and live in the sticks.
Okay.
And run, I don't know, a bed and breakfast, a donut shop, a flower store. I don't know, some kind of really niche small town business.
Why not? At least, change it up. Like, what if the hunky guy was like, why don't you join, me and my husband in a throuple? Like, mix it up.
Well, sometimes the hunky guy is an animated snowman, as in he is a snowman that has been brought to life in the form of a hunky man, or a nutcracker doll who has been brought to life in the form of a hunky man.
Can we do the throuple with the snowman and the hunky doll?
I really don't see why not in this day and age.
All right. We're going to write this.
I think it's an easy win.
Hollywood, call the Shady Rogues. Trust us.
And all the movies are kind of great showcases of actors who don't really do much anymore.
Oh.
But that you recognize.
So
if you wondered, what has Denise Richards been up to lately? Well, she's in a Hallmark movie.
Okay.
What's Melissa Joan Hart been doing? Oh, she's in a Hallmark.
When she's not doing God's Not Dead.
Yeah, right.
All right, there's a big Nazi robot with an arm cannon.
Oh,
Nazi Mega Man is over there. I guess he's not Mega Man. I guess he's Ubermensch.
Same thing. And over both. All right.
And that guy. So, do they ever meet up with Santa or something? Have you watched one where Santa?
One time, the hunky guy was Santa.
Who was hunky guy played by?
Oh, he was trainee Santa. Nobody I recognized.
Okay.
He was trainee Santa, but he had to find a wife before midnight, or he wouldn't be able to take over Santa's job. According to some kind of arcane.
What is that due to is that the North Pole law?
It must be. It's very heteronormative. I don't think a husband was on the table.
That's. I want to know why the straights are pushing their agenda.
Pushing their breeder agenda.
Jesus Christ.
You just squat for a second, then when you go.
Oh.
That's all right. Go for it.
I want to reiterate that hashtag not all straights are pushing their agenda down your throat. As being a representative of the straight agenda with a wife and 2 children.
Great Santa, what's next?
I'm imagining left-wing Fox News that doesn't exist, railing against the straights.
An alternate universe. Fox News.
Oh God.
I did wonder with that movie if marriage was sufficient or if they actually had to consummate. They didn't really get into that, but I did like to imagine that Santa would have to supervise the new Santa's wedding night just to make sure that everything went correctly.
Do they gotta listen in the next room?
I mean, Santa's always watching, He's got a massive surveillance apparatus, so no matter where you do it, Santa will see.
Ho, ho, ho.
You want to know if you're naughty or nice. This is appropriate for appropriate talk for this this stream.
I'm fine with it.
All right.
I'm fine with it. I'm going to sign off on this. Nick of the Shady Rogues gives consent to have this conversation because
This message.
Yes, I approve this message. Oh God.
Stupid Nazi vampire.
I wanted to bring something up because I do think it is related to both sex and horror.
Uh-huh.
What was that batshit bullshit term that you brought up a couple weeks ago, telegamy?
Oh, telegony, yeah.
Telegony. Okay. I've got an answer for why that exists, because I have not stopped thinking about it. And can you tell the class what it means again?
Oh, yeah. It's the really pretty ancient idea that a baby has the DNA. Well, not DNA, because they didn't know what DNA was. But a baby will have the traits from every man that a woman has had sex with ever.
There will
regardless
be a test.
Of time. Regardless of how much time has passed. All the traits amalgamate somewhere in the lady parts. Which, again, ancient people had no idea really what those were or what they did.
So instead
didn't bother to ask anyone who knew.
So it doesn't take a village to raise a baby, but it takes a village to make a baby.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
As an aside, it's actually a concept that actually has some really unfortunate racial implications, because it also would rear its ugly head in like the antebellum South.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Like one drop rule kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
That a woman could taint the family line forever.
Oh, wow. That is so fucked up. That's real horror.
Yeah. So anyway, that's something else you know about now. So I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's okay. It fits into the theme of making fun of the Confederacy here. But I got to thinking about, like, how did that come to be? And I got to thinking about how I explained the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse to my oldest daughter.
Okay.
So, for whatever, like, we were watching X-Men, and it was season 1 of the X-Men where Apocalypse first showed up. And
I'm gonna level up real quick.
Do what?
I'm gonna level up real quick.
Okay. All right. So Apocalypse, 4 horsemen, but also my oldest daughter knows Binding of Isaac. So, so Binding of Isaac has some religious stuff in it. It's a video. It's a video game, and you can fight like various horsemen, and they're all there. And I was trying to explain, like, how, like, why is this a thing? And my basic thing was, like, disease, large bands of people trying to kill you, and not having enough food scared the shit out of people that wrote the Bible. And those have been, like, major things, major dangers, that I guess are, pretty universal. And then if one of those three things don't kill you, just time will. Like, the best case scenario is just death, I guess, time. And like, that's how I tried to explain it to her, that, like, it's understanding scary concepts, and trying to, I guess, figure out, like, where they come from, or trying to, like, take some level of control. Who is my Wiggy the Brit? I need to talk to Wiggy the Brit. Broker, that's it. All right, I'm going to talk to Wiggy. And so I got to thinking about I'm just going to call it cuckophobia. That like, at some point in time when you get higher up on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you have some level of stability, you've got enough food, so you're not worried about starving, and you're probably not worried about disease either, and probably stability takes care of, like, the war, the famine, and the disease. But death is kind of always scary, universally scary. So what do you worry about? All the men your wife or partner or all the women have been with that you can do nothing about. And I think that is the origin of telegamy.
Yeah.
And
persistent anxiety that your children might not be your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like that, like it's a bullshit like scientific, with the biggest scare quotes ever, explanation to also like well, obviously women should not be promiscuous then because X, Y, and Z, because when she finally does marry and have kids, like all good women, obviously there will be pollution in there. So I feel like it's so it's like old school Jordan Peterson trying to explain, like, you know, like intellectualized pseudoscience, maintaining the status quo / being conservative as fuck.
Yeah. I know I talk about Romans a lot, but one of the one of the Roman stereotypes about women, one of the things that men believed about women, was that women were intrinsically promiscuous. That if left unattended, they would just bang everybody.
Which that is projection.
Yeah.
Your Honor, projection.
Because on the one hand, it's like, well, it is nice acknowledging that women do have sexual desire.
You know, in some ways, that's very modern of them.
Yeah. But at the same time, yeah, it's totally, these women unattended, those are what we do, just bang anything that moves.
All right, I got a key. Where's the key to?
Oh, this guy's stuck in the ground.
Maybe it's to the police department, which is right here, so we might as well go there.
Oh.
All right, this will be the last mission of the stream, just to.
All right.
Because I got to go pick up other kid in my bid to maintain heteronormativity or straight propaganda. I guess it's not heteronormativity because I'm getting the kid.
That is true.
Because I'm a big old beta. To help my wife maintain her magic accounting ritual that she's doing.
I mean, it seems pretty important.
It is important. Health insurance is really important.
Yeah. This drone is mocking me with its deflection. All right.
Okay.
Some doogies in here. Or a doogie.
He's afraid. Oh, we've got a little berets. I sound like Kevin Smith. I take that as a compliment. It said your voice reminds me of Kevin Smith. You're not him in disguise. No, this is not Kevin Smith.
You guy's a good talker, so.
Okay, maybe I'll take that as like I've got the gift of gab. There's a
big doogie.
That is a mech.
I'm gonna go get this robot over here.
Ow. I think I'm going to be using vengeance here soon. No, I can heal. There we go. That door will explode. Be careful.
I don't like things that explode.
Oh, it's Longbow.
A longbow.
G.I. Joe.
Who wants a body massage?
So I do think it's interesting that I can't remember who wrote The Handmaid's Tale. I'm blanking.
Margaret Atwood.
Margaret Atwood. Like, men are afraid that women are going to make fun of them, and women are afraid that men are going to kill them.
Yeah.
So I feel like that Black Christmas, that is kind of the thing there. And honestly, I'm surprised at no part in the movie that boyfriend Billy was. I'm surprised he didn't drop in there. Is it mine?
Yeah.
All right, we got a. Who are you? All right, Silent Blade. Okay, come on. You're dressed fabulously. Come on.
The veil is a nice touch.
That's very nice. She looks good. Good cosplay.
No more cops.
Oh, there are always more cops.
Send more cops.
Oh God. Let's get the bank, and then futz around until we got to go, or I have to go. I finished Who Goes There, or I should say Frozen Hell. Frozen Hell is like an updated, like, extra stuff for Joseph. Is it Joseph W. Campbell Jr.? What is his name? I just read the book. Yes, John W. Campbell Jr. Yeah. He wrote. He wrote Who Goes There, which is the basis for The Thing. And I do recommend the Frozen Hell thing. I do recommend it. So if you ever get like a version, get the one with the extra stuff. So I did like it. And I think it would, I don't know if it warrants its own movie. I don't know. It's, I guess, different enough, but, I don't know. And now I'm getting lost. All right, there is bank. I go to bank. But I am now reading short things, which I do really dig, and I wish they would just turn one of those into a movie. It's a bunch of short stories set in the Thing universe, and that I am digging.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, like, and I would like to actually see this in a horror movie, but they had this story basically dealing with surviving the expedition in the Antarctic. So you had like people dealing with having this traumatic experience of, encountering an alien life form that can look just like you and then like going back to normal life. And I actually really, really dug that episode because I don't think I've ever seen that in a story, because most of the time, you deal with the fucked up horror story, and then, roll credits, you get a sequel and have to do it again or whatever. But having something basically a like post horror story.
Yeah, like dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah. And honestly, I would kind of like seeing something like that.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Like, how do people live with it?
Yeah. Because the original story takes place in 1938, and the short story picks up with McCready and God, I can't remember his name. Oh God, he was the one. He was the one who had the chest mouth. That got paddle shocked, and yeah. He makes it in the original story. That character, Vance something, I can't remember.
Okay.
So they keep a lot of the names from the short story, like McCready and like Blair and like. So of course I'm reading this and just thinking of Wilford Brimley. But I'll kill you. Oh God, I want to go back and watch The Thing. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Every time I watch it, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm having this Thing renaissance kind of moment with reading this stuff, but like where the movie takes place and like the short story takes place like right before Pearl Harbor, and it's just kind of interesting to have kind of some politics of the time, the not trusting certain peoples and so forth.
Yeah.
Having that carry over from the a different type of paranoia.
Yeah.
So defeat hero to escape. I'm gonna go. Who is it? Do we lose our cosplay lady?
What happened to her?
I don't know.
Hmm.
What is this? Shadowfall messes with people. They can't see us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It cuts two ways. Oh, it's the Scream lady. Yay!
Skull collected.
Got to get that skull. All right, let's have 10 minutes of random violence.
Do it.
All right, as soon as I find out what direction the violence is going to occur. This way. No, that's the vault.
Nope. You're right. No, wait.
No, we go around.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Through there.
Here we go.
We did it. We can break down a vault, but we can't find our way to the exit.
Yeah. We're doing our best.
It's difficult here.
These procedural buildings are very maze-like.
Fuck that hydrant.
No skull, though.
No skull in the hydrant.
These doogies have big skulls.
More skull for the brain. I'm getting attacked by a mech. I've been held.
Right.
Now he's using his Funk cannons. Well, I could have popped the thingy. I feel stupid. Bonus time. Yay. Well, have we run out of movies to talk about? All out of movies?
I've seen anything new.
You only rewatch old movies?
I mean, that is a lot of what I do.
I try to not watch. Oh, like I really do try to watch newer stuff. Although I am rewatching some stuff. trying to get a different perspective on it.
Have you seen? It's a newer movie, Talk to Me.
Talk to me.
It's about.
I'm blanking.
There's like a mummified hand that some young people use to communicate with the dead.
I have not seen it, but I have been wondering about it.
Okay, it was a very surprising movie for me because I thought the trailer looked like junk.
Okay.
But the actual movie is pretty solid.
Okay.
It was a pleasant surprise for me, so I would recommend it.
Okay. All right. That hasn't been on my radar, but the most recent Evil Dead iteration, I've been meaning to watch that.
Oh yeah, we saw that in the theater. I enjoyed it.
Okay. I finally got around to watching the Evil Dead remake, and I didn't hate it.
I still haven't seen, but
It's
from what I understand, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on the box.
Well, yeah.
Nick of the Shady Rogues says it's not terrible? Question mark.
Well, sometimes not terrible is pretty good. I know they tried to do some kind of different stuff with it.
Yeah. Some of it is really interesting. Some of it.
Let me kill this guy. Skull.
Oh God.
He's a scientist. He has a big skull.
I think it's very important. Like I don't know what it is, but I feel like horror movies. I want the characters in the movie to have agency. Like I want their decisions to feel like that like there's a mattering to their decision making, to that their actions make sense. Like maybe they're making bad decisions, but I want them to make sense. And like that is one of the reasons why I really liked the Black Christmas one. Like I feel like people were doing things that made sense. Like it makes me think of like our role playing Call of Cthulhu games, or like the zombie game, that like I want it to feel like somebody is inhabiting the decisions that are happening on the screen.
Yeah, where things feel natural at least.
Yeah.
Even if characters are doing something dumb.
Yeah, I want to believe. Yeah.
Thing.
Well, here's what's her face. That being said, in the 2019, there's some stuff that I have issues with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I respect the commit to the bit. I don't know if I liked it. I still don't know if I liked it. I want to like it, but your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
I got to thinking, what is that movie that takes place in the cave with the lady spelunkers?
Oh, The Descent.
I really like The Descent.
Yeah, The Descent's really good.
Yeah, and I tried to.
I've not seen the sequel.
I've heard the sequel is not very good.
Yeah, I hear it's less good.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that The Descent has two versions. Like they have two endings.
Yeah.
Which there's like there's a British ending and an American ending, and one ending is better.
The American one. Well, the American one's happier.
Okay.
Not better.
Okay.
The British one is,
Okay. All right.
It is a less happy end.
Okay. This is one of the only movies that I actually don't want to spoil. Because
check it out.
Yes. People watch The Descent. That's good. It's we watched it on Shudder. I finally got Jess to watch it, but I don't remember Like the first one that had a, I'm trying to think of like an ambiguous way of putting it. The narrator is not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Do not trust the narrator.
Unreliable narrator.
Yes,
Yeah.
unreliable narrator, and I like that. I'm fine with the narrator not being on the up and up, or not being totally honest with me. Get that drone.
Frailty does that to pretty good effect.
I've been meaning to watch Frailty again. I have seen that a long time ago. Back in the olden days when I was working at Kroger, there was a dude who was like, "You got to watch Frailty," and he let me borrow his version of Frailty, and I liked it. Which didn't
It's really solid.
Didn't Bill Paxton direct that?
He did. Yeah,
okay, all right.
Movies he actually directed.
Okay,
they did a really good job too.
Yeah. Was that part of the reconnaissance?
A little bit.
Okay, yeah. When he started doing stuff other than leaning up against somebody on a...
Yeah. I was just going to say, rom-coms where he has to lean on somebody on the poster.
Oh, God.
McConaughey can't stand up.
I guess right before True Detective, like a few years before.
Yeah.
Which, that first season of True Detective has been a minute.
Yeah, it really has.
My zombies hate parking meters. I just heard the pop of a parking meter.
Good.
The citizens are swimming. We've won. Oh, God.
They're going to flee by boat. They're going to go to new lands.
Are we in
protect their skulls?
Are we in fucking Venice? Where are we at?
It's very canally.
The family jewels. Somebody's talking about the family jewels. Oh shit. Well, I'm just lost.
I see, yes, there's Silent Blade on the map. What is she doing up there? What is that?
I guess she's not Invisible Blade. All right, I'm being attacked. Longbow is
following now for some reason. Oh.
Because you're visible. Silent Blade is imprinted on you.
No. I'll take her skull later. I've extended the lease period on her skull.
Do you have a minion that is like the skull accountant?
Yes, actually.
You're gonna make that character?
I should. The little skeleton man, his whole job is he just tallies all the skulls.
I want you to flush out the skull lore.
I will. I'll make a whole bunch of different skull characters.
Skull-based characters.
Because really, the skull collecting, it's, the Lord of Skulls, he's the main thing, but it really is a team effort.
We're a family here at Skull Collecting Incorporated.
So even he's got kind of a ne'er-do-well brother who can't really do anything else.
There's money in the skull whatever.
The skull stand.
The skull stand has money.
So his job is like stacking skulls into pyramids.
He just moves skulls into a big pile. He doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, nothing else. I don't trust him with anything else. But, my brother, so
Forget about it.
forget about it.
Tangent, but I finally got around to watching Donnie Brasco.
Oh, yeah.
It,
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I didn't know anything about it, and a mutual friend of ours, Jason, who is pushy in his movie proselytizing.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
He is pushy in his movie proselytizing, and if he thinks that you should watch a movie, he will just put it in and turn it on.
Yep.
So, like,
do that.
I feel like 10 years ago, he was like, you need to watch Johnny Brasco. And honestly, I think he was right. And I really liked it. And I feel like it was the best episode of The Sopranos ever.
Yeah, I remember liking it.
And I didn't do any like reading or whatever. I feel like it's a like lost mobster movie. Like it's not like it's not
Goodfellas.
It's not Goodfellas or The Godfather.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that it's, it says it's based on a true story, but I actually feel like it's more accurate in terms of like relationships and so forth.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up really liking it, and like it made me think like, is this what The Sopranos are kind of based on?
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Because like I am not really a fan of The Sopranos. Like I like The Sopranos, but I feel like there are people that really like The Sopranos to the point of absurdity.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I am never going to have a podcast based on watching The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I would do Black Mirror. That's just me.
It's more to your taste.
Yeah, it's more to my taste. But like, yeah, I just feel like that like I didn't care for season 5. That's just my opinion. Come at me, internet. But like I feel like the relationships in Johnny Brasco, the kind of like the crime boss is just the crime dad, and the crime family won't let everybody just be crime friends, and they all have PTSD. They all have some form of PTSD / just mental health issues. They desperately just want to be middle class.
Yeah.
But anti-Italian bigotry in a time period when that really did exist. Not to say that it doesn't anymore. It's just they've graduated to whiteness basically in America.
Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting. I did enjoy it. But there's like this one part where like Michael Madsen and his crew walk past the boss, and the boss like makes fun, and there's just like this really catty moment that I feel like the movie was self-aware of, but it almost seemed like a comedy scene. Like I walked past Sheila and Sheila laughed at me. And it's like they totally play it straight, and it's just like I just thought it was fascinating, the like fragileness of being a mobster apparently, and like just an entire movie full of like strong men that are totally weak.
With very thin egos. Yeah.
Yes, like incredibly fragile psychopaths. And they basically
Yeah.
just want, like, Al Pacino just wants to have a friend. And it's honestly sad. Like, he just, yeah. So that's,
Yeah, 'cause there's definitely some of that in Sopranos.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Not having real friends or
yeah, and Johnny Depp
healthy
like
male relationships.
went to see like a psychologist with his wife, and it made me think, oh, I wonder where they came up with, you know, that in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I liked it. Would recommend. I'm gonna fight these doogies, and then I gotta call it. These doogies. These doogies.
Those juicy skulls.
I wasn't expecting that kind of I don't know, commentary about like toxic masculinity in Donnie Brasco, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's appropriate for the subject of organized crime.
Yes. You totally got that dumpster. You did a great job. She threw a shuriken and blew up the dumpster.
She's helping.
She is helping. I mean, there could have been time in that dumpster, and now she's fuck the phone, right? Fuck that phone.
Like, what the fuck is this?
All right.
Better destroy it.
All right. I got to go get a kid. All right. I'm ejecting from mission.
All right.
All right.
We've done enough damage.
We have. I'm gonna go talk to Wiggy the Brit very quickly. Actually, probably not. All right, present people. Thank you for bearing with the technical issues of game crashing and the stream having a stroke or whatever the hell happened.
Whatever he did.
Whatever. Twitch is canceling us. Anyway, and thank you, future people on the YouTubes. I got to go pick up a kid, and I'm going to figure out how to turn this off. All right. Later, everybody.
Goodbye.